Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So, the video today, it's on a 2008 BMW 1 Series. This is the 116i with the 1.6 petrol engine. I believe the chassis on this is the E81, I think it is. Anyway, this car came to me with what I was told a misfiring. So we're gonna start the car and just confirm the misfire, I guess. Okay, in ignition. Okay, it sounds rough. It definitely sounds a little bit rough. Engine light is on. A few warnings, forget about that. Okay, let's gonna listen to the engine and to the exhaust, see what if it really looks like a misfiring. It sounds a little bit rough. It definitely does. It definitely sounds a little bit rough. Not sure if it's going to be a misfiring, but okay, but obviously nothing like a scan BMW. It doesn't really sound like a misfiring as such. It runs rough, definitely, but not sure. So we're going to do a scan on it, and we'll see what we have in the ECU. Engine light is on, by the way. Don't know if I showed you that. So engine light is on. So okay, so let's gonna do a scan and see what we have. Okay, and it's loaded. Let's gonna see what we have. I'm not gonna do a full scan. We're just gonna go straight to the engine, see what we have. Ooh. Okay, they're all absent. Cylinder 4 combustion misfiring at low tank fuel level. Well, so that would affect that most likely. At thermostat, they're all absent. So okay, let's see what we have. Actually, before we do this, let's gonna do one thing here. Let's start the engine. And actually see if any of these codes becomes active. No, they didn't. It definitely sounds like a, when you accelerate, it definitely sounds like a misfiring actually. Let's see my live data. See if we have anything here that points to... Oh, indeed we have. I'm not sure what values we should have here, but cylinder 4 definitely shows something completely different. Okay, so if you have anything else. Oh, the engine tone just completely changed now. Completely changed. Still the same. Now it definitely sounds like a misfiring. Ambient pressure, no pressure. That's weird. Should have pressure there. NA. Engine level, exhaust. Okay, we could have a fuel delivery issue if the fuel pressure, so millibar, so we have 139 millibars. So that's 139 bars. Okay. And we have HPA. Okay, let me look through these values and see what we have here. It just shows that. Okay, so this code comes active, this code comes active, so that's what I was looking for. So now we are getting somewhere. So most likely these two codes can be generated from there, but these two codes here are the ones we're going to look for. So cylinder 4 combustion misfirings, forget about this saying is at low tank level. It doesn't necessarily mean nothing. It's just saying that the fuel is low. The misfires could be because of that, but we are not going to assume that just yet. Just let's gonna focus on there now. So cylinder 4, let's gonna focus on cylinder 4. Okay, I've been looking through the live data, and the first thing I want to just establish here is that we have no issues with fuel pressure. So just in case if you guys want to know. Anyway, so my low pressure fuel, this is in hectopascals, is about 5,000 point something. So 5,000 hectopascals is about 5 bars. Engine is running at the moment, as you've seen, and is okay. So it's 5 bars with the engine running is not too bad on the low side. The rail pressure, so this is the high pressure system, I will take you through in a bit in the engine bay. It's reading about 140, sometimes it goes up to 150, but it's about 140,000 millibars, which if you convert this to bars is about 150 bars. 150 bars idling, I guess would be kind of okay. I would guess that if these values would move away from the range, you'd get faults for that anyway, which we don't. So from here let's assume my fuel pressure is actually good, so we have no fuel delivery problems. Okay, and I removed the engine cover just for now, so I'll show you. I'll take a little bit quick through the system. So right here at the back we have the pipe that comes from the tank, comes here, comes in this sort of elbow, or this assembly where the pressure sensor is. This is the low side fuel pressure sensor. Then from here comes all the way to my high pressure pump. Right here at the back we have the pressure regulator. From here it comes out into my rail. Okay, so there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my rail, and right at the back of the rail we have the high pressure sensor. Okay, so when I opened this bonnet, the first thing I found was this right here where it is. So when I was start to look for what happened here, this is the same as this ground here, where these grounds attach here at the back. But what you're gonna see is right there at the back, someone has been here already. You can see these taped wires at the back. So, well, someone has been here before me. Okay, that doesn't mean nothing. I think we're gonna have to get right at the back. We're gonna have to take all these at the top. I presume they were in the right place, because as far as I'm aware, this is cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4. So cylinder 1 is the timing chain side. So I'm going to assume that's the correct one right at the back. But I think I can do a quick test just to find out. But I think it's going to be number 4 at the back. But what I'll do is I will quick unplug this injector, and I'll see which codes comes up. Hold on. And there we go. So I unplugged the first injector, and as you can see, cylinder 1 full injector activation. So it's correct, cylinder number 4 is the one close to the firewall, so that's one we're gonna have to focus on. Okay guys, and because it's such a common problem with these cars where the ECU gets flooded, the first thing I've done was pull the ECU out, and it looks clean as a whistle. There's no marks of ever had any water. The box inside looks quite clean. There's no marks of water at all. So just because it's a common problem, I decided to check this first, so we're not going to be chasing our own tail. So now, based on what I'm seeing here, I'm going to assume that the ECU is good. There's no faults with it. It does not necessarily mean there isn't. Now let's go and assume there's nothing wrong with the ECU. Visually it looks okay, so I'm going to start to focus on that injectors then. Sorry, on that injector, glow plug, spark plug, etc. I have a feeling it's going to be a fuel issue, so we are going to check probably the injector. So yeah, definitely someone, yeah, so someone broke this here. Been putting some wires in there, taped. What a shitty job. Okay, I might have to pull this injector out to check it, measure it, maybe check the injector, see how it is. I have a feeling, because I do have a feeling, that this is a fuel delivery issue. Okay, let's see how we're gonna do this. But for now, let's gonna put the ECU back in place, because nothing to worry over there. Okay, here we are a couple of days later. Now I was told by the owner, believe me or not, that this coil pack on cylinder 4 has been replaced. Look at the date, 2007. So I tend to not believe that they bought a brand new coil pack and the coil pack is 13 years old. I have my doubts, but you never know. He also told me that the spark plugs have been replaced. I'm going to very quickly take the spark plug. I want to see how the spark plug is inside, just to make sure, on number 4 and possibly on number 3 as well. There's a couple tests that I'm going to do off camera. Swap the coils, see if the problem stays. It could be that it's a bad coil, we never know, and it's not triggering nothing for the coil, but I'm going to do that. Check the spark plug as well, and go from there. But I will tell you the results once that's done. I have a feeling that this is not going to be my problem. I have a feeling that my problem is going to be the injector, but it's too early to make assumptions. It's going to do a few tests and go from there. Okay, so I swapped the coils 3 and 4. I still have no codes, only have that, but we will worry about that later. But I can still feel the engine running very rough, or a little bit rough, and I still have that. So definitely something is not right still. So I'm going to pull the spark plugs now and just check how they are. Okay, and I removed the spark plugs, and something quite interesting. They are brand new. These definitely, they are brand new. I can see they are absolutely new. So they have been replaced. But look, spark plug cylinder number 3. Okay, so a little bit of carbon, etc., but it's good, I would say. So number 3, and now look at number 4. Looks like it's just been removed from the box. Look. So definitely, to me, this means either that there's no fuel being injected in there, or very little fuel. It looks like to me that that's the problem. So it's a fuel issue, I think. So let's gonna pull those injectors out and do a quick test. Okay, so I pulled the injectors out, and I'm not gonna lie, they look okay. I mean, when you look at the tips, this is number 3. So focus. This is number 4. I can see that this number 4 has been removed because it's all greased up, as you can see. So that was now me. So this injector has been pulled out. Someone has been walking around here. But one of the things I've noticed is this code here on these injectors is the flow rate. And I'm now wondering if this has been replaced at any point, because I don't know the history of the car. But if this has been replaced and the injector has never been programmed, I strongly believe on these engines you need to program the injector. I believe that's the flow rate for the injector, the flow rate code. So I'm quite tempted right now to pull them back in quickly, or just to even just put them here, connect them with the pipes so I can turn the ignition on without even starting the engine. Just go through the menus, make sure it's programmed correctly, and go from there. Because if this has been replaced in an attempt to fix whatever problem that was and has never been programmed, it might be that it could cause an issue. So I'm quite tempted to do that, and actually I might do that just to rule that out. They are just like that, so it doesn't leak, and we're going to check that now. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. The codes are recorded there now, but they are not even close. Okay, so this is the codes I have on my cylinders, but look at cylinder 3 and 4. It says in there that deviation of +1 or -1 between the rise caused by rounding difference in the engine control. So that's fine, a +1 or a -1. But look what we have in cylinder 3, 576, 226, 569, 241. Now let me show you number 3 and number 4. So we have here number 3, 572, 233, and my number 4, 581, 210. So there is a possibility still that these two would belong. No, they don't, because they are not on the list at all. So they don't even belong to cylinders to this car. So I think the first thing I'm going to do now is pull all the injectors out, get the codes, code all the injectors back into the ECU, and go from there. Okay, so this is my new values. Even 1 and 2, they don't match, as you can see. They are completely different. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna put all these numbers into the tool. It's a quite simple process. It's not rocket science. I'm not gonna really take you through. We're just gonna input these values, program the ECU, and then carry on from there. Okay, I just want to show you that the new values have been saved. So I'm gonna open this again, and it's gonna look for my new values. It's gonna continue. Okay, so there we go. So this is my new value. So it tells you here and tells you at the end that the deviation, sorry, the values might do change from what they were initially by 1 or so, but that's it. But if you can see that, look, cylinder 1 is 529, 578. Cylinder 1 was 530, so one below. 577, cylinder 2, that was 578. 571, that was 572. 580, that was 581, 29. So now we're gonna and escape. Okay, now let's gonna try it. Okay guys, and I didn't want to take you through everything that happened afterwards because it was really puzzling me. Apparently I'm not very good reading numbers from a mirror. Oh, guess why? So as soon as I programmed the injector, started the car, the smooth running values completely changed. I didn't record none of that, but I was presented with this code, okay, which is absent now because I just reprogrammed everything again. Because injector 1 and 2, as I read my numbers in the mirror, I got them all wrong. So it was 5 on this one. I read 530, 580, and it's actually 580, 230. And that one, I read a 5 when it should be a 2. So, sorry, we all do mistakes. So I've corrected that. Just finished programming the injectors again. That code is now absent, so I'm going to clear it. And okay, no codes in there. Let's gonna start the engine again. Well, let me see if there's anything that's gonna fail. I don't think there is. I think it's okay. So let's gonna start. Okay, started fine. Let's hide a little bit. Let's get a quick looking at my, see if I have any codes coming back. So no fault codes, so the injector plausibility sorted. Let's gonna look at my, oh yeah, that was interesting. What we have here now? Oh, look at that. Can you see the difference now? Way different. So looks like my only problem was the calibration. The injector has been probably replaced or swapped from its place. I would have to go back now and look at all the light data and look at the video, sorry, to see what values were there before, but it looks like they were not programmed correctly. So that made a massive difference, as you can see now. Now, I've also researched about, for you guys that know, and you're gonna point out probably even before watching the whole video, about the recall on these injectors, on some of these cars actually. I think it did not cover this car. I think it's later models, 2010 or something like that. But anyway, this car has, well, you can see from the part numbers back on the video, it has the latest injectors for this engine from my research. So these injectors should not be affected by that problem. Is index 11 and the part number is not in the range of the faulty injectors. The car runs much better now. So before it would, well, you've seen on the smooth running. So yeah, you've seen down the smooth running before and now. The engine is running much better now. Let me go at the front and show you actually. It's running really smooth now. I'm quite happy actually to say the problem is fixed, and to also say that the only problem was the injector. I don't know if it was replaced from other car. That's the problem, you see. I don't get any background from these cars. I don't have a clue what was done to the car. I think this car is actually an auction car, so God knows what's been done to it. I'd love to go for a drive with it, but I would have to move a lot of cars. So I think I'm just going to ask the owner to pick it up, drive it and see how it goes. But it looks like my only problem was this. I can't see anything wrong with the car. Okay, and there is one last thing wrong with the car. I'm going to show you under the car, but most likely you're not going to hear me. But I'm going to try to show you, and which is a kind of a puffy noise, which makes the car to sound a little bit rough. But I actually found there is a split straight after the flexi pipe. I'm just going to quick show you, but I'm not going to do that here. It's going to have to go on an elevator, whatever. I'm not going to do it here. That will be for him to resolve elsewhere. But I'm going to quick show you. Okay, I don't know how good you could see that, but there is definitely a split in the exhaust right there. I can put my hand out, I can feel the fumes coming through. But engine wise, guys, all sorted. All sorted. So that's gonna wrap up this video. Obviously, if there is anything that will still come up, the video is not gonna be published until whenever. So I will still have time to get feedback from the owner, etc. But I'm quite confident that the problem is resolved, guys, as you have seen. So, with no further ado, hope there's something on this video that you're going to find useful. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.